my first ever tutorial. So it looks like Snapchat just pushed the update to a bunch of you guys. Update that is not very good. I personally have experienced it. It's horrible, in my opinion. So what a bunch of people have been asking me to do is how to downgrade your Snapchat. So I did it for a couple people at school, but there are just so many of you who don't go to my school or whatever. So I thought I should just make a quick tutorial on how to downgrade. So here we go. So first you're gonna want to get iTunes. Alright, I'm back after trying to record for 5 times and I finally figured it out. So what I figured out was that the newer versions of iTunes actually block what we're about to do. So there's a very easy way to fix this. If you don't already have iTunes installed, good. If you do, make sure to uninstall it. So uninstall any iTunes you have on your computer right now. To do this, you simply go to your start, you type in programs. This is for PC, by the way. On Macs, I'm not sure about that, but you can Google that or whatever. You're gonna find iTunes in your programs list. I don't have it because I already uninstalled it, but you're just gonna double click it and then press uninstall. Now, this site will be in the description. It's called ipsw.me. This is a site that mirrors Apple's servers. So it's official. It's not like coming from some fake Chinese website or whatever. It's real. It's from Apple servers. So don't worry, it's not, there's no viruses or anything. It's just on Apple servers, these files are hidden. What this site does, it bypasses that. So we're going to scroll down to iTunes. You're going to click which operating system you have. I have a PC, I'm going to click Windows. If you have a Mac, click Mac. Windows. Okay, so now we're going to scroll down and you're going to install 12.4.3, very specific, 12.4.3, okay? And you're going to choose which OS you have. I have 64-bit and many of you will too. However, if you have 32, make sure to press that. I'll be back once it finishes installing. Okay, so once it's done installing, you're gonna press run. I'm using Edge. I know many people don't use Edge, so if you use Chrome or Firefox, you should have a similar button. So you press run, and you're gonna have a thing pop up. There we go. So this is the installation for the older versions of iTunes. You're gonna just keep on pressing next. Gonna unclick that. That's not very important, but anyways, okay. You're gonna press install. Make sure as soon as this pops up here, any minute now. Okay, what I'm talking about is gonna go black for a second and it's gonna ask you something about installation. Just press yes. There we go. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You press yes, and it's gonna do all its stuff. Once it's done, I will be back. Alright, cool. So this is done installing. Now here's a little trick that you're gonna have to do. When you press finish, it's not going to want to open. Gonna press agree. So you're gonna get this error message. Very simple fix, very, very simple. You're gonna open up your file explorer. This is true for both Macs and PCs, I believe. And you're gonna scroll down to this PC. You have a Mac, whatever the equivalent of that is. And you're gonna find your music folder, okay? Music folder. And then you should have a folder in there, and it's called iTunes. There we go, iTunes. All you're gonna do is press this file, and you're gonna press delete. It's simple as that. Once you do that, we are good to open this older version of iTunes. So let's double click it. It's gonna open up. There we go. What is this? Okay, yeah, so you will get this message that your phone won't be compatible, whatever. That's fine, we'll figure it out after we're done. So you just press OK and press agree, of course. So this is a bit different, but it's the same idea. So up here, you're gonna have these icons. You're gonna press here and you're gonna press apps. There we go. All right, So now you're gonna press App Store, wait for it to load, and you're gonna search up in the search bar for Snapchat. There we go. I'm gonna put this into full screen actually. All right, awesome. There we go. That's what I'm looking for, Snapchat. Okay. So this is where we were before the error popped up. This should work. We're gonna have to install a program. It's called Charles. What Charles does, it basically edits internet request files more or less. So when you press download over here, it tells Apple servers, okay, I want the newest file of Snapchat from your server. But what we can do with Charles is we can edit that request file and tell Apple servers, look, I don't want the newest version, I want this specific version. So that's exactly what it's going to do. And it works because Snapchat keeps all their older versions on the server. So I already have it installed. I'll put the link down in the description for you guys. It's Charles, it's safe, it's not going to cause any viruses or whatever. Here we go, Charles. This is a legendary program. Delaying. So yeah, it'll be slow at first, but once it opens up, it's fine. Awesome. Okay. So once this is open, you can minimize it. Don't close it. And you're going to press get. On Snapchat, you're going to press get. Oh yes, of course. So you also have to sign in. Sign in with your Apple ID. This should be simple. Once you sign in, I think you have to press download again. Let's try this one more time. Download. Now we're off. You see it says downloading. So this is where you have to act fast, quickly. You open up Charles and you look and you should see something. It's going to say P8 by iTunes, by.itunes.apple. You're going to right click on that one. Right click. And you're going to press enable SSL proxying, okay? Press it. Okay, now minimize Charles and cancel this download in iTunes. Just, there's an X button up there, you're going to press it. Okay, cool. And then you're going to press up here. This is going to open up. You're going to press it and press the delete button or backspace. Okay, we're halfway there. Hang in there. Okay, cool. So we have just canceled the Snapchat download and we have proxied, again, remember, p8.by, sorry, not p8 dot, p8by.itunes, blah, 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 all that one. So, okay, cool. Now, I'm going to restart this whole page, press Snapchat again, press enter. It's going to open this up. All right. Press Snapchat. Okay, so I apologize for all the breakings in the recording because as I'm doing this, I'm also learning myself that the old way I've done it doesn't work anymore. So, once you're back on this screen, you're going to have to open up Charles again. And you're going to, first of all, make sure that the stop sign right here is highlighted. If it's off, make sure you turn it on, okay? That's a breakpoint. And the second thing you're going to want to do is go back to P8 by iTunes.apple.com. You're going to right click and you're going to enable breakpoints right here. Breakpoints. That's magic right there. And just to make sure you press it, you can right click again and make sure there's a check mark there. Okay, once you do that, you can go back over to iTunes. You're going to press download. So now Charles, if you did everything right so far, hopefully you did, Charles should open up by itself. Now pay close attention to this. You're going to press edit request. This is what I was talking about at the very beginning, where we're going to edit Snapchat's or iTunes file request to their server. You're going to press it and you're going to press down here, you see a text option, text. And right here, pay close attention, you should see string. There's a number right here. You're going to right click, or you're going to double click the number, sorry. Double click the number and you're going to paste in a number. This number will be in the description. So what this number is, this is an older version of Snapchat. So basically what we're doing right now is we are editing the request that iTunes sends to Apple. So once you pasted that number in, you're gonna press down here, execute. Execute. You're gonna wait a little and you're gonna have to press execute one more time. Okay, and you're gonna press execute. So now you can minimize Charles. In fact, I think we're done with Charles. And if all goes well, you should see downloading one item, Snapchat. This is the older version. So the hard part is over. Okay. So I'll be back once this is done installing. Okay, before it's done installing, it's gonna pop up again. Charles is going to pop up. You can just press execute and execute one more time. Okay. So once you see an apple up here, that means we are done. The hard part is over, so stay tuned. We're almost done. So you can close Charles now, but before you do, this is optional, not necessary. If you don't want to cause any problems in the future, you should do this. Right-click on P8 by iTunes. I'm not even going to say it anymore. You're going to press Disable SSL Proxying. Press that. You're going to right-click again, and you're going to disable breakpoints. So now we're back to how it was before, so nothing has changed. You can close out of Charles now. Okay, cool. Now, in iTunes, there's a button up here. It's called My Apps. You're going to press there. You should see Snapchat there. Just to verify that everything went successfully and we are in, you can right-click Snapchat, and you're going to press Get Info. Get Info. It should pop up. If you see 10.22.2, congratulations, you have done everything like I said, and you are good to go. So now the only part that remains is installing it from iTunes to your computer. So unfortunately, this version of iTunes will not work with most of your phones since you're probably running iOS 10 or above. This is meant for iOS 9 and lower. But it's much easier to update now. All you gotta do, go back to the site. By the way, make sure you don't update from here, because if you do, you'll go to the newest version, which also blocks what we're about to do. So it's complicated, I know. You go back to ipsw.me again. You're gonna choose a version. Gonna go back here. And you're going to select iTunes 12.6.1, sorry, 0.1, this one right here. Again, that's 12.6.1. And you're going to, let me just zoom in, you're going to press whatever applies to you. Mine is 64-bit, yours can be different. You're going to press 64-bit, and it is going to install eventually. Let me try this again. Okay, well, it's gonna install, and once it does, I'll be back. Okay, it has now finished installing. Just a quick note before we continue, you don't need to uninstall the version of iTunes you have on your computer now, because we are updating, not downgrading, so it's not gonna give us any weird errors. So once it's done, you can press run. It's gonna open up the installation. Oh yes, of course, you have to close your current version of iTunes. Just close it. And close it. Okay, there we go. Preparing to install. So it's gonna run through all this stuff. Just keep on pressing next, next. Very simple installation. Once it's done, I will be back. Okay, once you're done with the installation, you can press finish. iTunes should open by itself. There we go. Okay, we're back. Yeah, you can press cancel. That's just an update for my phone, which I will never do unless I absolutely have to. Okay. Cancel. Awesome. So now you're going to press up here. You're going to press apps. And you should see Snapchat there. Now it's going to say update because obviously it's not the newest version. We don't want the newest version. That's why you're watching this video probably. And so make sure your phone at this point is plugged into your computer. And if it is, you're going to see a phone icon up here. There's a little square. You're going to press it. Now, for some reason, in the newest version of iTunes, this apps option is gone. Apple has removed this option, so that's why it's essential you installed iTunes 12.6.1, because if you just updated from the older version, you're not going to see this option. So if you did that, make sure to follow the steps how to downgrade your iTunes. Anyways, you're going to press apps, and once you do, you should see Snapchat here. Now, you have to uninstall it from your phone. So go to your home screen right now and hold it and press the X button. Uninstall Snapchat from your phone. Once you do, you're going to unplug your phone from your computer and plug it back in. And you should see, instead of remove, it should say install. And you're going to press install, okay? You're going to press install. Once you press install, you're going to press, it says sync right now, but once you press install, it's going to say apply. And you're going to press apply. And once you press apply, you should be good. Over here is gonna, up top here, is gonna show you some status of what it's doing. It should take, depending on your computer and your phone, anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 minutes. Once it is done, you have an older version of Snapchat, free from any stupid updates. And what I'm going to add somewhere in this video is how to turn off auto updates from settings. I'm going to screen record my iPhone and show you guys. It's a very simple process. Okay, one quick final note. So if you guys know what custom lenses are, then please read the description. This version of Snapchat will not support them, but if you want them, please read the description and I will explain to you the story about that. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, please contact me on Snapchat or my phone number, whatever. I will answer them. Or you can comment down and I will do my best to answer everything. This is my first tutorial, obviously. I've never done this before. So obviously it's bad. I don't know what I'm doing, clearly. So yeah, please share with your friends who also hate the update. I don't care about likes or subscribers. I'm just trying to help out people who hate the update. So please be sure to share. Have a great day. And I will see you guys later. Bye.